Was I right or was I wrong? Probably, I reckon I was neither. Last week I put up a video about how a kid of mine needed to hand a form in, and I wrestled with, do I remind them or do I let them fail? They did have the form in, by the way. I know some of you have asked. But the reaction to the video has been really, really encouraging and really interesting. Some parents have said, yes, brilliant, right thing to do. Oh, I'm telling my wife, she helps them out far too much. Others have said, would it really have been a major problem, Rich, if you had given that help at that one time? It's not like you do it all the time. And for me, it's just that brilliant reminder that my parenting, your parenting, the parenting of the parents in your organisation is on the whole pretty subjective. Of course, there are extremes on every parenting axis. So the axis of like beating our kids and being really out of order and shouting and screaming at them all the time and just treating them like they're scum and treating them really hard and beasting them all the time. That's really unhealthy. We know that that's going to lead to really bad outcomes. And the other extreme of just totally mollycoddling them. I don't talk about loving them, because there should be love on any part of the spectrum, but I talk about mollycoddling them, wrapping them in cotton wool, is obviously going to lead to detrimental outcomes as well. But the middle part of that axis, do I help them, do I not, is just ridiculously subjective. No one can tell you exactly what the outcomes are going to be. Maybe in 20, 30 years' time, the research will improve and we'll have a better idea. But we also know that, parents are going to make mistakes in that middle ground. I'm going to make mistakes, and I label myself non-perfect dad because I am a non-perfect dad. And do you know what? That doesn't mean that my kids are going to be completely screwed up from those mistakes. Or they might be. Who knows? That's the subjectivity and the delayed gratification part of parenting. But I just want to say to you, as we try and journey together and develop potential, which helps our kids nurture that epic potential, competitive edge. Sorry, that's what I'm trying to say. That, look, we're going to trip up. We're going to make mistakes. I think as long as we're trying to keep our habits in a more balanced, middle, subjective ground, trying to keep the volume of our noise of our parenting at a balanced middle ground. I know that's really postmodern, and to say, well, it's just, your truth is your truth and my truth is my truth, and is it right, is it wrong, and let's not say anything's right or wrong. No, I'm not suggesting that at all. Clearly there are parent behaviours which are wrong and unhealthy, but I'm talking about the majority of parents who live in the middle zone and are trying to do the best they can. And you know what, we stumble and we trip through it. And part of that challenge is, I don't know, I've got teenagers, and some days I'll ask them a really good question, we'll have a really good conversation. Then I'll ask them an equally good question the following day. And because I haven't quite understood their narrative or backstory, it all kicks off. And that's just part of that's no one's mistake, it's just life, it's relationships, it's emotions, it's hormones, it's me being a muppet sometimes, it's them being a muppet sometimes. And so I think, I love the response to that video, and I think parents, let's stop judging other parents who are trying to kind of get it right, and let's just think about that subjective middle ground. The majority of parents I meet are living and operating really, really well in that subjective middle ground, which is going to be full of stumbles and trips. And it's really important our kids get, listen, we're not projecting perfection here, and we're trying our best to navigate the complexity of our human relationships with our children. And some parents would have nudged their kid and got them to hand the form in. I don't think that's wrong. And some parents will have never nudged their kids to hand the form in. I don't think that's wrong either, to be completely honest with you, because it's a form about an experience, and both ways hopefully help our kids grow in feeling nurtured and loved, etc. I think for me it's about those long-term habits, and whether our habits take us to the extreme ends of whatever parenting axis that we happen to be on at that moment in time. Have a great day supporting and nurturing your kids in growing their potential. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you dislike it, don't agree with me, hit the dislike button. And knock the subscribe button as well at the same time. Have an epic day. Any questions, pop them in the comments box. See you later. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Bye.